In fact, it is time for your main event. So this next match is a singles match scheduled for one fall. And it's for your Coastal Championship. Your referee for this contest, David Burnquist. So without further ado, let's bring our wrestlers to the ring.
A new title with a new champion. The Rebel Storm dethroned Papi Jesus Garcia. But there's one man who's waiting in the wings with a victory over the Thunder Wonder. A man with a chip on his shoulder, perhaps not unearned. Not just your boyfriend's favorite wrestler, not just the X Factor, but the sleeper of San Diego. One of the hardest working men here in Southern California. Undeniable. No matter where he goes, he takes the show, the match, the day with him. This man has worked hard, and especially by crook, to get where he is now. And with gold on the line in our main events, it could very well be the X Factor's house for the Coastal Championship. But if there's any man that can defy the odds time and again, if there's any man that has taken the definition of underdog, no matter who holds the cards
and his opponent,
the dice, it is this man. Thunder Wonder in the eye of the hurricane, as it has been said countless times before. Brings the noise, brings the energy with him. Every single night, day in, day out here at Primal Pro Wrestling, he is a standard bearer of San Diego. He is a standard bearer of Primal Pro Wrestling. And now, he is looking to be the standard of Coastal Championship. There could be plenty of room for upset. But I don't think either of these men walking away with gold would be an upset at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. It is a singles match scheduled for a one fall for that Coastal Championship. Introducing first, to my left, he is the challenger, coming to you from San Diego, California, weighing in at 205 pounds. He is the X Factor and your boyfriend's favorite wrestler. This is Xander Phillips. And introducing the champion to my right, coming to you from the eye of the hurricane.
already getting chippy here with gold on the line. Chase Mansfield has laid down the law. Double duty tonight. Well earned. Relax your voice. We're in for a bumpy ride, my man.
Cannot wait for this main event. Coastal title action. The first defense of the Rebel Storm since finally usurping Jesus Garcia. Only took 4 sneak wins from Jesus, but finally Rebel was able to come out as our champion.
The record books aren't going to look at how you won it. They're just going to look at how, that you won it at all. And the Rebel Storm, like I said earlier in the program, is the definition of an underdog story. Whether or not he's rocking gold, whether or not he's carrying a championship, he's the guy that is constantly underestimated but never duplicated. But Xander Phillips has been on the tear of a lifetime here in San Diego and abroad. Talk about a guy who has a chip on his shoulder for a good reason.
Listen, as sometimes I don't like his actions, but when it comes to Xander Phillips, as you said, the most underrated wrestler in my eyes in the Southern California indie scene. This man has been putting on clinics, not only here, but all around the globe, and now we're going to take it to the Rebel Storm, our Coastal champion, as they go catch for catch can. Not usually something you see out of the Rebel Storm, but Xander Phillips forcing him into a place he truly has never been before.
You know, we were talking about it, Chase, earlier, about upsets, about the rankings, about how things get reset when a new champion walks out of the gate, especially after an event like the Terradome. And talking about this now, I would normally favor hold for hold Xander Phillips, the X Factor, but I think that the Rebel Storm also has a standard to uphold now that he is holding that title. Once upon a time, he was the Skyfire Pro Wrestling Champion. He knows what it takes to hold those kind of titles. He knows what it takes. Ground and pound, hard-hitting action, and catch as catch can. He's willing to do whatever it takes to retain it.
Well, as he said, unlike Papi Garcia, he wants to be a fighting champion. So he welcomed the challenge from Garcia's partner, Xander Phillips. Only a 2 there on that crossbody. And for Xander Phillips, this is truly one of the biggest opportunities he's had here. Yes, he's gone after the Primal Heavyweight Championship, but this is a different Xander Phillips. This is the X Factor we're talking about. Oh! And unfortunately, in an atomic drop from the Thunder Wonder, looking for Thunderstruck.
So soon out of the gate. Meanwhile, big time. No, floats over. Got him in his clutches now. What's he got planned?
Looking like he was going for a stinger splash there, but instead a vertical suplex from the Rebel Storm. Oh no.
Oh, this could be over before it even starts. No one home.
Rebel Storm able to get out of it, but instead getting a roll up from Xander Phillips. Only a 2 there, says David Burnquist. He's looking for thunderclap headbutt. Xander had it scouted though, again going for Thunderstruck this early. Oh.
Right over the knee goes his neck from the hair. And listen, these guys already were firing all the clip right out of the gate. They were looking to take heads off shoulders here. And Xander Phillips now with the favor, with the advantage for this championship match.
You talk about taking head off shoulders. That man grabbing the mullet and forcing it straight down to his knee. Vicious and unorthodox, but that's where you got to be a champion here. And it's worked before for Xander Phillips, so who's to say it won't work again? Why teach an old dog new tricks?
Well, let's look at the lineage of this championship. Let's look at the standards set by Papi Jesus Garcia. Hook or by crook, as it's been said many a time. He looked to retain that title no matter how he could, including, let's not forget, a partnership, however short-lived, with the X Factor Xander Phillips. And Xander Phillips, with a bone to pick, is a dangerous man indeed. Whether or not he has a tag partner to back him up, he is one of the most versatile athletes here in Primal, but so is the Rebel Storm.
You see Xander Phillips trying his best to bring all of the offense to the Rebel Storm. He's going to have to use everything and more, bring 110% today. But again, it's that experience, it's that speed, it's those quick maneuvers that are able to flip a match on its head for Xander Phillips.
And he's been making this meticulous pace because he knows what's at stake. They tried to end the clips early on, but he's going to reload and try again. Big time knee right upside the jaw. For Papi.
He said he's doing it for Papi.
Oh no! Nothing going to the big bulldog.
As Rebel Storm hits to the second rope, straight up to the third for the springboard crossbody. Rolled over though by Xander Phillips. Oh, only a 2. That was close, Mary.
Nearly stole it. Quick thinking on the favor of the X Factor here. Look at this. Over the back with the backbreaker, unorthodox offense from the X Factor.
X Factor truly bringing out moves we've never seen before from his arsenal. But that's what you got to do to be Coastal Champion, to beat someone like Rebel Storm, who has been a San Diego mainstay and main champion here at Primal Rage since the beginning.
And on top of that, too, when you're a guy who talks the talk and walks the walk, like Xander Phillips, every game's an away game. You might have been here since Primal was beginning. You might have been here at Level Up. You might have been here at Skyfire. All the same, you need to understand that the crowd will be against you, and you need a rebel in that kind of environment. I think that's what he does here. Meticulous pace, picking the back apart from the Rebel Storm, trying to break the back of the resident superhero of San Diego.
Exactly. He gets quick when he needs to, but is not afraid to ground and pound. And you can see Xander, almost getting him. That very, very quick cover. And now, oh God, we can go potentially for a Rings of Saturn.
Look at this submission hold applied, not up in a position. We see the Rebel Storm in, nor the X Factor Xander Phillips looking to do everything he can, reminding the challenger who the champion is.
Oh, but biting his fingers was Xander Phillips' crafty way to get out of that hold.
Crafty, but perhaps desperate right now, and it's dire straits for both the challenger and champion, so evenly matched.
Thunderclap headbutt sends Xander Phillips straight to his knees, looking for a ripcord. Headbutt!
Still holding on to each other's wrists. He's not done yet.
Grabbing both of them, looking to add insult to injury. Big old headbutt flattens the X Factor.
But that might have done more harm than good. Look at the way that the Rebel Storm fell. He might have knocked himself out there, or a TKO. But all the same, David Berquist has an obligation to call this right down the middle. He's got to make sure these guys are protecting themselves.
Skull on skull, bone on bone. Nasty headbutt sent these two to the ground, but now looking to get up before the count of 10 to keep this main event going right here at 4788 Mercury Street, all new Primal compound. This is your main event for Primal Rage, the Coastal Championship match between our champion, the Rebel Storm, who is putting the boots to the X Factor, Xander Phillips.
Maintaining the offensive, he's got the wind behind him, but does he have the will to succeed?
Straight up and over. Looking for right hand. Oh, no, answered by a left from the Rebel Storm.
What's he got planned here?
Straight
off
to the second.
Ropes. Golly, another crossbody, this time no roll through.
Foley gets it into the cover, only a 2 though.
But an awfully sluggish kick out from Xander Phillips. The options are beginning to dwindle. The window's beginning to close on a win here.
And I think the Rebel Storm is realizing just how close he was. And if he can hit that Thunderstruck, who's to say it won't be over? But again, it's that exoskeleton submission from Xander Phillips that has put away even the best in Primal Pro Wrestling. And unfortunately for the Rebel Storm, if he gets locked up in that, it could be all she wrote.
Throwing bombs back and forth. Xander Phillips only looking angrier. Rebel Storm only looking more desperate. This is anybody's game here. Our main event. Holy hell.
They are throwing forearm after forearm. These boys are slugging. And they're using all of that weight behind those strikes. You can see now, getting momentum off the ropes. It's going to get ugly before it gets pretty here, Barry.
The night is darkest just before the dawn. That could very well be because he's asking for one more.
Oh, these guys really want a hockey fight. You talk about love lost, and oh God.
And the eye rake.
Gotta hand it to Xander Phillips to go underhanded, go dirty, and now.
Right side slam for the fireman's carry. No!
Into a cover as well. My goodness, what innovative offense from Xander Phillips here, all to become Coastal Champion.
But you gotta wonder if he didn't take so many of those blows to the head, those forearm shots, you think he would have leveraged that pin a little harder, he would have been there. But meanwhile, he's looking to put this match away and become the new champion here.
I don't know how any of these men are standing with the, as you said, the amount of headshots they have taken. That equilibrium of the Rebel Storm has got to be off kilter as Xander Phillips, looking to go for a springboard potentially, and now a banana Rama Slammer.
Goes for the cover.
Oh, Xander out in the nick of time.
Nearly 3, and Rebel Storm was doing everything right there too. Plenty of leverage, plenty of lift of that Bananarama Slammer, and even leveraged the shoulder down. But Xander Phillips outwitting, outstrengthening, outdoing the Rebel Storm time and again right now.
The Rebel Storm, as this match progresses, you can see just the wear and tear he's had to go through. Same with Xander Phillips. The battle scars are written all over them as the Irish whips him over into the corner. Rebel looking for a splash. Nobody home there. Hung up to dry for a big old kick to the back of the head.
Right in the back of the head. Right backbreaker, devastating maneuver.
Only a 2, and you can hear Xander Phillips just screaming at David to get the cover.
Desperation has begun to set in for both these men. This is a precarious position to be in. It is anybody's game down the line. This is going to go to double, triple overtime if it was a football game.
You can see, I mean, we got to point out, when it comes to the end game, will we see that blue pick come into play? We saw Xander Phillips touted in his entrance before this match. Will he have to go underhanded, or will the X Factor? Oh! Was looking to make a statement win there, but instead, pushing him off of that cover.
Oh! Straight out of the candy book!
Only a 2 there, though. Could have been it for Xander Phillips. As he kicks the lights out of the Rebel Storm. Oh.
No! Countered!
Wow, cartwheel out of the Thunderstruck. Looked to go for a walk in the park. Nobody was home, though. Get him into fireman's carry position.
Once again, targeting the eyes of the Rebel Storm.
I don't know how this man can see anymore.
He's going to be seeing stars in the lights pretty soon. No escapes.
Thunderstruck!
On top of his damn head.
My God, onto the temple. And that's it. Your winner, and still your Coastal Champion, the Thunder Wonder, the Rebel Storm.
Important to note, the first Coastal title defense from the Rebel Storm at the hands of Xander Phillips was a standard-setting match. On top of that, if you look at Xander Phillips, he might not be on his feet, but he's not out cold. There was only a few seconds worth of time. A few more seconds, we still could have been in the match, and a few more seconds, the momentum could have shifted in Xander Phillips' favor.
Gotta hand it to Xander. I mean, it's always right place, right time for him when it comes to these title matches, but unfortunately, never able to win the big one.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, but I doubt that it's the end of the story for the X Factor. Just like I doubt this is the last time we'll see these two sharing a ring together. What a standard-setting match for the Coastal Championship. What an opportunity, and what a show at Primal's new compound.
But we ain't done, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, as we know, coming up, Yassine Khan will join us in the ring to let us know who he will be facing at Ultracade.
Could be this man right here. Could be